What's up, nerds, and welcome to the Flipping the Nerd Show. This is episode, I don't know.
22nd? 21?
40? Who knows? We are recording this episode in advance in case he gets sick and diarrhea is all over the place. So,
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. So my name is Steve. This is JM, The Flip. We are here actually live. We decided to do an episode kind of in the bank in case something happens one week and one of us can't do it. It's better to have interaction in person anyway, so it's probably going to be a better show. So we decided to pick a subject that can really be done better if we're in person, because then we could feed off each other, because it's something we both lived in and hopefully some of you lived through as well. Today's episode is actually going to be about what it was like to live in or grow up in the 80s and 90s as opposed to today.
You know why it was so much better, right?
No, tell me why.
Full House.
Of course. Hopefully by the time this episode airs, the Full House joke will be done with. And that
We'll never get old, Steve.
No, exactly. So usually we talk about the news of the week. We don't know when this is going to air. We can't forward predict, but probably Fantastic Four sucked, and regardless of when this aired, that probably didn't change that fact. So let's talk about growing, because today we were recording a ton of other shows. We recorded a couple shelf episodes. We actually saw Avengers Age of Ultron today, and we were talking about specifically Marvel cards, because it was one of the shelf episodes, and we realized through filming this that in the early 90s, the internet was really, really new.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to know anything about the Marvel characters, you had to either read the comics, know somebody who had, or get the Marvel cards as the only source of information, because there's nowhere to look it up.
Yeah, our parents used to tell us, look in the dictionary. And nowadays, nobody does that, right?
Dictionary?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
not a physical one. Anyway.
If you were looking to write a word and you didn't know how to spell it, by today's standards, you Google the thing and it'll spell it out for you.
Not even. Most applications will just do it for you.
Yeah, even.
They'll be just like, you fucking idiot. This is the way you write this, not that.
Nobody uses a dictionary, but we did. That's just a small example of what it was like.
Oh yeah, when I first started working, I had to do I was at a call center and I had to research stuff. I had to take out this fucking book and start looking through the book as the person's on the phone and trying to figure out what the correct product was. Now you just Google it and poof, there it is, all the information.
Yeah, there's one word that has gone missing. Logbook. Who has a logbook nowadays?
Yeah. What the fuck is a logbook? Or if you can believe it, when we used to get messages, someone would write it down on this little pink slip and then put it in your office. Here are your messages.
Little post-its.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's completely unheard of. Technology has changed. Let's face it. I mean,
oh man, please.
It's crazy. Just look at the video games we play.
Oh,
going from Atari NES to Xbox One and PS4.
I remember playing Atari. I was playing a kangaroo game and Donkey Kong, and then you introduced me to Nintendo, and I will be forever grateful for that. My life changed the day I went in your basement as a 5-year-old.
Right.
The 8-bit Nintendo down to Super Nintendo. People that our generation that grew up in the 80s, early 90s really saw the evolution of consoles, of computers, of television for that matter. I mean, we all had color TV, of course, but I mean, we had to press a button and wait about 3 seconds for the screen to pop up. You would press the button.
If that used to be
press the button and you would hear the sound similar to this, and then the screen, the image would pop up.
Yeah. Fun fact. If you rubbed your head on a television, your hair would stand up because of the static electricity on your television.
True. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you could get a shock touching your knob. Not only that, we didn't play with iPads or iPods or any of that stuff. We had a skateboard or a ball.
Wrestling buddies.
The wrestling buddies was a good option. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I had it good as a child. I'm not gonna lie. I must have had 20 channels on my television.
Oh God,
Huh?
Yeah,
I know.
you were the it.
I was living in the future.
Yeah, that was crazy. I still remember the first computer we ever had in our house was a 286.
Oh yeah, it's
does anybody know
what a 286
what a 286 is? It worked on the worst horrible platform, and it took everything to run point and click games. But that was the 80s and the early 90s.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I gotta print my paper. And
Oh.
like 4 hours later, there's your one page of.
And if you would get that damn thing jammed, then
oh yeah,
hell broke loose.
Oh my god, the stupid little. Every time you had a paper, you had to rip the little hole things on the side. And,
man, it was hell. It was hell. No, kids have it easy today. Yeah. Everybody has it easy today.
Yeah, but one thing I miss, that I think kids should have that they don't seem to have anymore, at least they have it in different ways, is imagination. Like, we can play for hours with really nothing. We could have,
Absolutely.
like we were talking about wrestling buddies. We had 3 wrestling buddies. We had, like, super huge WrestleManias, and we had entrances, and we had, like, the whole shebang, and all we had was essentially 3, like...
It was physical toys, Steven.
Yeah.
I would remember, I would show up at your place around 9 o'clock or as early as I could.
10. My dad always said 10.
Yeah. I was then
if he calls at 9:59, he's not coming over.
I'll show up there at 10:02. Hi, David.
You can bet your ass. If it was Saturday or Sunday, 10 a.m. came along, there was a call on the phone.
Yeah. I still remember that number. I'm not going to share it on here. But anyways.
Still the same number. So.
I would, given that I would have lunch over at his house, I would spend the entire day there from 10 a.m. to at least 4:30 p.m. And there was not a single digital toy played there.
No, well, Nintendo later, but...
Yeah, Nintendo. And then you introduced me to computer games.
Yeah, computer games.
And then...
Point-and-click adventures, mostly.
Yeah,
that was our thing.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah, we used to play Lucio Larry and Monkey Island, and like...
But given, we had a ball, we had wrestling dummies, we had a hockey net down there, we had Darth Vader, we had just Star Wars toys, we had Ghostbusters toys. The 80s were filled with these awesome toys that can't be found today anymore. Really, I mean, it's not the same thing. I mean, Ghostbusters was at its peak, and we had the Ghostbuster figurines, and then the Ninja Turtles, and then the Ninja Turtle figurines, and the Star Wars,
and He-Man,
and
G.I. Joe,
and the WWE. It's the WWF back then. Okay, and it still is to me. I mean, when I think of wrestling, I was watching the WWF. It had wicked toys. We could rent out. We would, video stores. Do anybody remember video stores? Yeah,
they're pretty rare now.
Yeah, I mean, those were the days. We would pedal our little bikes. Nowadays, it's none of that. I have a 7-year-old kid that knows how to work Netflix.
Yeah. And video stores. Oh my God, you rushed into it. And you made sure that it had that little fucking Velcro button on it. Yeah. And you're like, yes! Yeah.
I'm not sure if I want this, but I'm keeping it on just in case.
Fuck, you used to hide the Velcro buttons if you could rent it that day. Because mom didn't feel like giving you the $1 it took to fucking rent it.
Yeah, just me run in there, mom, for 2 seconds. Yeah, I'll put this under Days of Our Life or something.
Yeah, oh my God. So many great memories of the 80s and 90s. It's funny, I gave my nephew a toy not too long ago. It was a Minecraft toy because we played Minecraft together, and I thought it'd be like the best thing ever because it was like this cool figure of one of the Minecraft characters. I give it to him, he looks at it, he's like, "What does it do?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What does it do? It articulates. It moves. Can you believe that? It actually fucking moves. Well, what am I supposed to do with it? What do you mean? You're supposed to play with it?"
Yeah, no kidding.
It's like, oh. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, no, my kid's the same thing.
Could not give less of a shit about it.
I take my kid to Toys R Us, and I mean, I don't feel that it's the same anymore. I mean, my parents would take me to Toys R Us, and it'd be it'd be God's given gift. I mean, and you'd be all over that store. Nowadays, I mean, the kid walks through it, he sees the stuffed animal, plays with the toys. He wants them, of course, but he'll play 2 seconds with it, and then that hits the shelf. We were really lucky to grow up in the era that we did.
We if I broke a toy, that wouldn't be the end of that toy. it would just be, okay, well, this is Batman without a head from now on.
Yeah.
Every of my stories had Batman without a head because my stupid Batman didn't have a head, and I just dealt with it.
Yeah. You know? Here's Batman's sidekick, Batman without a head.
Yeah.
Or Batman without a head could very well be the replacement parachuter for your G.I. Joes.
No, exactly, yeah, exactly. He could play with Egon without an arm and Ninja Turtle without legs. So
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So here,
but toys back then were also meant to last. You know, we fucking throw those around. We'd throw them off throw them over the roof. We'd put them into pools. We'd
Well, take for granted our from the shelf episode with the rubber
wrestlers.
Those were unbreakable.
I played the shit out of those, and if you watch that video, they were all in pretty good shape. Sure, the paint came off a little bit, but for the amount of time I spent throwing those around, they're in pretty good shape.
The dog got at them too at some point.
The dogs definitely got at them at some point. There might have been lighters involved. There might have been
Point being, we still had a show about them, and they're the same ones we were playing with over 20 years ago.
No, exactly. But times have changed too. When we were kids, we can go out in the woods and make a fort, and it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Now, who knows who you're going to meet at the fucking park? It could be drug dealers. It could be
No, well, yeah. That comes. So,
unfortunately, kids have to stay kind of home, or at least around home. So they're kind of limited in where they can go. It's not the. But then again, maybe stuff happened back then. But the news just didn't know about it.
No, well, that's...
Right? Didn't have camera phones to record it.
Very true.
But we all know the rumor, right? If you saw a white truck, it's probably someone who's going to abduct you. There's all the...
Here were the three safety rules. Don't take candy from strangers. If you're not sure, don't get into the car. Actually, don't get in the car at all. I'm sure it was all right. No, don't take candy from strangers. Don't get into their car. And if there's anything, go see. Go look for the signs in the window there. We had them.
No, they don't do that anymore.
No, but yeah,
the neighborhood watch.
Yeah, neighborhood watch.
They don't. Just go to the nearest adult that's not the person that's in the car.
Yeah. Right now, you can't wait at the grocery store in line without looking at the kid and having your parents look at you like that.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So, anyways. Yeah. Not that I look at.
I hope so. And that's the end of the episode. I think. Yeah. No, it was a really, really great time to be alive. I think it really brought the creativity out of people of our generation.
Yeah,
as well, definitely. Which is probably why you got such great games these days. It's all people from our generation that were making
True.
them. But man, there's all these things that, when you tell a kid, hang up the phone, right? Do they know why we say hang up the phone? Do they even know what hang up means? A lot of them don't even know what a hang up phone is.
Very good point.
They don't remember having to fucking lug that cord around, or you have to do it in one room to pick up the phone. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I fucked up.
Yeah.
That was definitely something. And then, of course, when we got super spoiled and the internet came out, they were all on the phone lines.
Oh, so yeah, dial-up connections.
You're chatting with someone, and all of a sudden, bang! And then, it's your sister to pick up the fucking phone.
Yeah. ICQ.
And then you have to go back on the internet. Oh, my God. Oh. It's like, I'll be back in 20 minutes. Yeah, failed. And then start over.
Can everybody, can you check the phones? Yeah. Make sure the phone's alright. Everybody's the phone okay down there?
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah.
But when we were on, there was ICQ. And there was those AOL discs that they used to ship to everyone.
Oh, I still remember. You've got mail.
Yeah. No, that was the ICQ was, for those who don't know, and you should know, but it was pretty much the first chat. Chat that you kept in your browser, because there were chat rooms. Because do people still go to chat rooms, actual rooms where you chat?
I've never went to chat rooms.
I was big on the chat rooms when I was a teenager.
Really, I tried maybe once or twice. No, I mean, I really liked MSN Messenger when it came out.
Yeah, me too, big time. No. But chat rooms, before MSN Messenger and ICQ, I used to go to chat rooms because a lot of my friends went to other schools, and the only way I could communicate, other than calling them, because there was no texting, so none of that shit.
Yeah, no texting. please, if we have younger people here, please note that texting is only as big as it is because you chose it to be. There's other ways. Texting is not a necessity. Okay? We lived without texting. We did just fine. When my first cellular phone that I have, I could have never pictured myself texting on it. It would have been hell. All right?
Now I text all the time. I don't even call people anymore.
No.
I've grown. I don't fucking like pick up the phone ever.
I don't mind a good old phone call.
Oh yeah? No, I'm not. I hate it.
Do you have a line at home?
I have to for my alarm, but I would fucking get rid of it in a second if my alarm wasn't attached to it.
Really?
Yeah.
I still like the feel of having my own phone house.
The only people who call me on my landline is wrong numbers.
Oh yeah, telemarketers.
Because I don't give my phone line to anyone, right?
Yes.
I have a cell phone, so.
Yes, hello, sir. I'd like to talk to you about your credit card. Can I have the number, please? Sure.
Yeah, exactly. You want a 5-day trip to the Bahamas? We just need your credit card number to verify you're an adult.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But that's been around all the time. You know, telemarketers. There was no caller ID back then, so you had to answer.
Nowadays it's all about hacking, right? With this technology of this day. Back in our day, when we were kids and we wanted to do some mischievous, we would ring people's doorbell and run the fuck out of there.
Yeah, but speaking of no caller ID, prank calling. That was a big thing back then.
Oh, yeah.
We can't do that shit anymore.
No.
People have caller ID, but back then, you know, you could prank calls.
Oh, love the prank call.
Yeah.
Love the prank call. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to, like, one kid in particular in our neighborhood, we used to call pizza all the time to his house. And we'd be at the park in front of his house and watch the pizza guy go over. Like, it's super mean. Don't do that. Because then the pizza company's out money, but...
I'll bring back the 80s. Come on.
Yeah,
exactly. Just a few of you. Don't do it all at once.
No, exactly. It's, like, good times. There's definitely... Sorry, that's getting messages as I do these things.
He's a popular guy.
Yeah, it's my wife. So from upstairs, texting me. That's how texting.
That's right. He's taken, so there goes half her fan base of women.
Yeah, exactly. But see, we're just 2 floors apart, and she has to text me to communicate with me. So
technology, people.
Yeah, exactly.
See, my wife, had we been at my house, would have screamed the good old-fashioned way.
Old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have to remember VHS tapes.
No.
Oh God, I hate it.
Guys, true story. He showed me a beta machine. Do you remember Beta?
A Betamax? I actually have one right now.
That's insane. I haven't seen that since 1984.
Well, here's the story behind that. Someone videotaped my 4-year-old birthday on Betamax, but there was 10 tapes that came, and he's like, it's one of them. Well, I didn't know which one it was. If I want to have the 4-year-old birthday party recorded, I couldn't. I tried to bring it to Costco, but they refused it because they refused to do copyrighted material. Who
goes to the store and asks to have their birthday party re-digitalized?
Well, it's all dead people now, right? At that party. So.
That's mean.
So yeah, well, it's true. I was curious to see it, but because they don't do copyrighted material, and back then we had to record shit off TV. You know, there's none of this PVR shit. There was none of the, like, watching it on the internet. If you want to watch a show, you have to watch it.
Yeah.
And you have to watch it. I mean, repeats were rare. Nobody bought TV shows on VHS or DVD. That wasn't a thing back then. So you have to watch it live or you didn't watch it at all.
Yeah.
The only alternative we have when VHS came out is that you could record it. My mom was big. She'd have every TV in the house running with the recorder.
Days of Our Lives.
For all of our shows. Yeah, Days of Our Lives in particular. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, just and having to fast forward and rewind stuff on tapes.
That was awesome. You could, like, fast forward or rewind while watching at medium speed, or you could press stop and, you know, really rewind real fast. But everybody remembers that. I still remember when the DVDs came out. Before the Blu-ray, the actual DVDs, it was the big thing. I never thought we would be able to afford a DVD player at my house, and now you can get one for, what, about $50?
Yeah, now DVD players, like...
Not even $30, I'm sure.
Yeah. I've even snobbed out of DVDs. I refuse to watch DVDs unless I really, really have to.
Yeah, nobody watches DVDs anymore. Not me.
I'm into digital or Blu-ray at this point. Let's see. I'm always at the forefront. I love getting a new technology whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
It's
it's an expensive habit, though.
Yeah, and then we think about music with our freaking tapes.
Oh, Walkmans.
So, yeah, Walkmans.
Who remembers the Walkman?
Of course you do.
Oh, man. And then the Shockwave brand came out, and that was big, you know.
Yeah, right.
It was all big and thick. You know,
and you like a song, great. It's song number 3. You got to fast forward and rewind to find it. Yeah. Oh, it's almost there. Nope.
And some Walkmans even have the rewind. You'd have to flip. Some of them didn't even have the rewind button. You have to flip the tape over and then press forward and flip it back. So anyways, it was just a big mess. But we got along just fine.
Yeah. That's all we had.
Yeah. You know, first world problems were actually first world problems back then. Now first world problems are an actual thing. You know, and it's like it's you know, if your phone dies, it's the end of the world, and it's not a joke. You know, it's not an exaggeration. If you can't receive a text in your phone nowadays, it's the end of the world. Well, back then, if your Walkman was batteries died, well, that was the end of that until your parents bought you batteries.
Yeah, I remember when the first MP3 player came out, I had 8 songs on it, and I thought it was the greatest thing in history to have 8 songs that I could just, like, from any artist I wanted to. And it was the best thing ever. Now I have thousands, and I look at my iPhone, and I'm like, I don't know what to play. I don't feel like fuck it. You know, like,
yeah, technology sure did go a long way, and it does affect how kids and people interact nowadays. Is it a bad thing? I mean, the future will tell us. I still think that we had it pretty good in our days.
Yeah, of course, but we didn't know better.
No.
Right?
No.
I found an interesting statistic this week that apparently when you turn 35 is when you stop listening to new music. Do you know anyone? Do you listen to any music past 2010? Nope. That's like. Do you listen?
I like some of the new stuff. Like certain songs, not the artist. You know, I mean, I'll listen to a song on the radio on a drive to work or something. That has a ring to it. I'm not gonna go out and buy the album and not instantly become a fan. But no, if I were going to pick an artist or something to really listen, I would say even nothing before even 90s. 2005 at the very least.
Exactly. No, it's an interesting statistic that because we're getting to like at that age where we knew our parents when we were kids.
Yeah,
and it's like. I'm starting to be like my parents, you know.
I'm so like my parents.
It's scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because when we're kids, we're like, "There's we'll never be like our parents."
No, ever,
of course,
ever.
You know, it's like, my God, look, they don't listen to the current music. They don't dress like the people do currently.
No,
they don't hang out with friends every night. It's crazy. Why? I'm gonna be that guy who's gonna always like party when I'm older, and I'm gonna like be hip with the new music, and I'm gonna dress the way that. No, absolutely fucking not. I hate the music of today.
That comes with maturity.
Most of it. I rarely go out because I'm too fucking tired.
And I really don't care what you really don't care what you look like when you go in public.
Nope, exactly. I only shave because my work, like, once in a while it looks bad if I don't shave.
Yeah, if I need to do a quick errands and I'm at the grocery store now, I will sometimes stop and think to myself, people must be looking at me and thinking, oh my God, this guy must live in a trailer somewhere.
Yeah. But that actually brings me on another thing. Are we at the point where we just don't give a fuck what other people think? Like, I'll go to the store in my PJs now. Because I thought to myself, okay, people are going to look at me weird, but, fuck them. I'm comfortable. Why should I, please them?
Where do you go in your PJs?
Anywhere. I don't give a fuck.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't wear my PJs.
No, I'll go. I'll go in my Ghostbuster pajama pants and go anywhere. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, I'll dress really bad. I'll dress really bad, but my PJs.
Like, I don't go in my bathrobe, but
I guess I'll go to the corner store in my PJs. Yeah. I'm not going to go to Walmart.
Well, Walmart is the one place they'd probably accept you in PJs.
In my neighborhood, Walmart is hip.
Oh, wow.
And posh.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. What's that?
Well, you want to go to Walmart, honey?
Exactly. No, exactly. It's Walmart's the one place that you can get away with pretty much anything.
Let's take Zelda. Wasn't Zelda a cool game in the 80s?
Well, it's still a cool game. But it's from the 80s. So.
It's from the 80s.
Yeah.
But you take the new Zelda now compared to what it was. Even the gameplay is different, right?
Yeah, well, let's talk about games, actually. You know how hard fucking games were when we were kids?
And, half of them I never finished.
No, and you couldn't. That was the whole point, right? It had 5 levels in the whole game. But because you couldn't saving wasn't a thing for most games, Zelda had it.
Some games you'd have to keep a code this long on a piece of paper.
Oh, the fucking codes. Don't get me started on the codes. My God, sometimes it was this long, sometimes it was dots.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Example, Punch-Out. Mega Man?
Yeah, it's dots in Mega Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Castlevania, had giant codes.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
Oh my god, it was just crazy.
Yeah, I remember when you realized that moment you realized you lost the paper with the code on it.
Yeah, and they made things in those friggin' oh yeah, then you have to start over. They made things in those games sometimes so impossible to figure out on your own that you have to pay somebody on the phone to tell you what to do. Because I was big in point and click adventures as a kid. So was my dad, and so was him actually.
Yeah. Leisure Suit Larry games. Leisure Suit Larry 5, just as an example, drove me nuts. Anyways.
Yeah. So you get stuck in a game. You don't know what to do. What do? You ask your friends. They don't know.
No.
You ask the guy at the store. He doesn't know.
No.
What do? There's a 1-800 number.
There's no internet.
Yeah. You go on a 1-800 number in the back of the phone and you call Sierra. You wait forever. You're calling California. Here we're in Canada. And you pay tons of money to ask some nerd who knows where. So I'm playing Leash to Larry and I'm at the bar and I need to really fuck this girl, but every time I fuck her, my dick blows up because there's no condom. Where can I find the condom?
That's Leisure Suit Larry 1.
Exactly. So can you imagine having that phone call? It was crazy. And I remember my dad doing it for certain games. There was no way of knowing.
No, Zach McCracken was fucking hard.
Oh god, yeah. And another thing about those games that really you haven't seen, because there was piracy where people would copy the discs. Mm-hmm. There was these weird codes to be able to play the game. So Monkey Island had this wheel that you had to match up 2 faces or 3 faces, I think. You have to match up 3 faces, and then there's holes in the cardboard that would give you a code that you'd have to put into the game.
You made me a photocopy of that.
Yeah, you could copy them. It's just it was more of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Because then you have to wait. And then there was Leash to Larry, and then this always pissed me off. Leash to Larry had a questionnaire.
Yeah.
So that people who are young wouldn't know the answers to those questions, right? So they ask you questions about the 50s and 60s. Mm-hmm. Well, here's the problem. When you're in your 25, it's still the same goddamn questions from the 50s and 60s that you're not gonna know.
No, of course. No.
So there you are, fucking going, and we want to play as kids, so we were guessing, and I'd write them down the answer. So if they came back, then it's just what's Elvis's middle name? I don't fucking know. So okay, Aaron. Yes. Oh, it's Aaron. Oh, good, Aaron.
Leisure Suit Larry was really fun. It was really fun.
But, jeez, just so many things that...
Yeah, I know, but that was the whole point and click game thing, right? Space Quest didn't have a questionnaire, but it was... No. Some Space Quests were impossible to finish.
King's Quest, same thing.
King's Quest, Police Quest, retarded.
Yeah. Monkey Island, I always found to be the easiest one. Yeah, it was hard. I mean, it was hard, but
we finished it.
It just took...
pros.
Yeah, it just took time. Loom, I could not...
No, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. No.
Or then when my dad got a CD-ROM, he got me Return to Zork. Oh man,
that rings a freaking bell.
That was tough. Oh man, it was tough. I could not finish it for the life of me. Or what was the other one I was thinking about that? Oh my god, back then that really gave me nightmares. Oh yeah, actually, other games like Leash to Larry 2 did this. It wasn't only a point and click; you had to actually write in what to do. So
the very first point and clicks. Well, that's
they weren't point and click. Yeah,
that's the father of point and click games.
Right.
Really,
the original adventure games. Yeah. They were text based, or some of them had very little graphics, and you basically have to write your way through it. So it'd be okay, you're in a room, it's dark, and you have to get out. Okay, open desk, no desk in a room. Okay.
Turn lights on.
Nope. You can't do that. You can't. The lights are broken. Find light bulb. No light bulb in the room. And you're just going there and you're just writing and you're
you're there and for about 20 minutes writing different sentence.
Yeah.
Nope.
Man, those were the worst.
Yeah.
I never liked them. I don't know why they went to that in Leash to Larry 2. You'd think Leash to Larry 1 would have that because it's the first one, but 2, why would they do that after having a point and click adventure in the first one?
Well, the initial Leisure Suit Larry, the one we're playing, the one that was point and click, the one at was it Duffy's Bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, Duffy's, where you need to look for the condom, have a drink, go upstairs, and figure out the remote control for the bouncer.
Right.
that point and clip is an actual remake.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The initial Leisure Suit Larry was writing. Yeah. I thought you should know this. You introduced me to these things.
Yeah, mine was point and click when I got it. So
yeah. But Leisure Suit Larry 2 is still. Well, actually, no, it's point and click.
No, the 2 I played was you had to write it down.
Yeah, which was with the convenience store, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, they were just awful.
Yeah, I liked them.
Yeah, man, just so many things. Like there's so many things going in my head. Like the TV shows we used to watch, everything was educational. Everything we watched was educational.
Based on good old family values. Full House, Family Matters.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Well, The Simpsons eventually.
The Simpsons, of course.
Then they had like educational shows in the morning, like Today's Special or Mr. Rogers or
Sesame Street, Polka Dot Door.
Yeah. So all these super educational shows, except Saturday morning. Saturday morning was like, okay, kids, you can be rewarded with these like awesome ass cartoons.
Transformers, Ninja Turtles.
Garfield, all the Marvel shows. Yeah, there's super good stuff there.
The Transformers are by far the best 80s cartoon. Yeah. The Transformers cartoons are awesome.
Now, I wonder if kids nowadays that are the parents, and maybe you can answer this, what do you let your kids watch at night? Do you let them just watch kids shows? Or are they watching Rescue 911 and Unsolved Mysteries?
No.
Like we did.
Unsolved Mysteries would scare the shit out of me.
If you just the intro music and the like package at the beginning scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, they talk about this hotel murderer, and at the end of the day, it's like he could be anywhere.
You're right.
So call us if you see him. And then your mom goes, bedtime.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and then the next week would be like update. Like, oh my god, they found him.
Robert Stack.
Right, and then Rescue 911, which was I think it was after
Shatner.
It was after Full House.
Yeah,
and it'd be just like these clip shows of people like rescuing people. It's just like
that was a fun show.
Yeah.
Now my son watches Teletoon at night.
Okay, see, are we babying our kids too much? Are we like?
No, my kid's 7 years old and he knows his way around an iPad. He knows his way around PS3. He plays GTA 5 without any volume, and he plays Toy Story 3 and all those cool kids games.
See, that's good because when my parents were, when I was growing up, it was like, well, I don't really feel like watching, Follow That Bird, so let's watch Night of the Living Dead.
Well, you know what? At the end of the day, they're all movies, right?
Yep.
They're all games. So you have to educate your kid. If your kid is playing a shooting game and he's blowing people's brains out and he thinks it's funny, and you don't intervene and you just laugh with him, that can be an issue. But if you see your kid, now I'm not going to tell anybody how to raise their kid, but if you see your kid blowing people's brains out with a gun on a video game, you sit and have a talk with him. You explain to him, have a talk with your children. Don't leave them. Don't let. It's okay to let them play with technology, but don't let technology raise your kids.
Do you think parents of our generation are going to be better parents because we got to grow up on stuff like Roseanne and The Cosby Show and all those other shows, and we take the best part of each TV dad and put it into our own lives?
Well, that's just projection. You have to find what works for you, right? But I guess so. Those shows taught us really good values. The Roseanne series was really fun. The Full House series was, it was awesome. But
and Home Improvement and
Roseanne's a story about this middle class family that just tries to get ends meet. They're not perfect, but they got values at the right place. That's how real world is.
I'm still watching Roseanne. I've been on Roseanne for months now.
Where are you at now?
I'm at season 5. They just introduced David. Finally.
Oh, they just introduced David?
Yeah, he comes in later than I remembered.
Yeah, it's gonna get really good now.
Yeah. Do you know why we both know about this show? Because back then, 20 channels, we all watched the same thing.
Yeah. Talk
to someone in the 80s. All the shows we mentioned tonight, they probably watched them.
They all know it.
because 80s and 90s, because that was more 90s, that was early 90s, right?
We turn on the TV, and you all had the same shows.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people only had 5 channels. Only the 3 networks and like 2 specialty channels that were usually local crap.
And in their neck of the woods, it was good because it was a bilingual town, so we had 10 of each.
Yeah, exactly. 10 of each. So
yeah.
10. Yeah. Yeah. I only watch 2 French shows though. Only 2. Passport 2.
Yeah.
And Fall Boy All.
Fall Boy All was sick.
Yeah. Till the girl died.
Till the girl died. Wow.
Yeah. That's how I bring down the show, bring the whole ship down with me.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, it's an atmosphere too has changed a lot. I mean, all my parents' friends had wood paneling and carpet.
Oh no, the decor, I have to give it the decor is much better nowadays.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't go back to the 80s.
No. For that, yeah.
No, that's one good thing that's done and over with is the decor. People used to, people had carpet all over their house. It was a thing at one point in the 80s. Thank God that's over with. Oh, it was a hard and asthma attack waiting to happen.
And wallpaper.
And wallpaper.
Wow.
People do not put wallpaper into your homes. Okay, I know it seems to be trending now. Do not.
Is it?
Yeah, it's coming back.
Oh God, who are you? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, seriously.
Wallpaper sucks.
Yes.
It's hard to put on. It's hard to take off.
Yeah.
Poor person who's going to have to buy the house after you is going to have to deal with that shit. No,
yeah.
There's no excuse for it.
No. Whoever thinks that it's trending now.
Yeah. And for the record, okay? When you're, this is 2015 now. In 2035, when some fucking guy is watching this and doing his own show about our age being too out of sync. No. We were right. You are wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what our parents are thinking, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're like the good old days, the 70s and early 80s.
Yeah. Now it all changed. My parents, I remember being a kid, my parents telling me, we didn't have microwaves when we were kids. I'm like, you didn't have microwaves. Nowadays, kids are like, I tell my kids, Daddy didn't have iPads and cellular phones when I was little. He's looking at me like I'm from outer space, So it's the wheel that keeps on turning. Yeah. And it's really interesting. As much as the 80s and the 90s were fun for us and how different they were, it makes you wonder, how will it be 25 years from now for the young generation of today? And hopefully you get to suffer as much as we do today.
Yeah, and it worked out well for some stuff. When someone used to move away, like I moved away from my family and friends. I don't live in the same place I used to. Back in the day, it would have almost been like, yeah, bye, nice to see you. Nice to know you. I'll probably never see you again.
No, it's over.
It's over, yeah. You moved 2 hours ago?
You're dead to me.
Yeah, exactly. Because the only way to keep up would be to either call them or write to them, which was a thing. Yeah, people used to write to each other.
Pen pals.
Yeah, pen pals. But, and knowing me, I hate fucking writing. You never see me again.
Yeah,
it's just like, yeah. But now with the internet, it's like I've been gone 3 years now. It feels like I never left because
you're still connected with people.
That's right. So there's that's good.
Yeah. If I would ask my parents back then, not even as a young kid, man, not as a teenager, can I call Steve? He lives in Ottawa. I just want to talk to him for a second.
Yeah, right.
They're like, Ottawa, you want to call Ottawa? Who's going to pay the long distance? You don't even have a job. You're going to call Ottawa? You're crazy. You're not calling Ottawa. I was like, oh, man, the hefty long distance bills, man. Couldn't do that. So, yeah, if Steve would have had to move when we were kids to Ottawa, yeah, we wouldn't be here.
No, exactly. And that's one of the advantages. I remember my girlfriend lived fucking like one town over and it was a different area code, so I couldn't call her. It was just like, was it a bad thing? Maybe. I don't know.
No, well, that's we'll see.
Yeah.
That all depends, right?
Yeah, well, at the time, didn't work out anyway.
So maybe in 25 years from now, we'll have teleportation.
I don't think teleportation is a little bit. Well, maybe, Except teleportation seems to be the thing that we think is going to be in the future. Kind of like in the 80s, what they thought of the future was flying cars.
Yeah.
Which, nope, there's no flying cars. There's not even a thought of flying cars.
No.
Now, there's cars that can drive themselves. That's pretty cool. But no flying cars yet.
Yeah, no.
But it's funny to think of what the 80s interpretation of what today would be is. Like, it's totally different.
Well, Terminator 2 is in 1999? No. 2001?
No? I don't remember.
I think in Terminator 2, the future where the apocalypse happens and all that, I think it's something like 2003 or 5.
Yeah, and the machines still haven't taken over.
We're still waiting.
Yeah.
I built a bunker.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
No, it's yeah, the machines not yet. It's coming. It's coming. I think the machines will eventually kill us.
Yeah, well, that's just a matter of time. But it might take a few generations. But then again, we don't know because technology evolves so fast now, right?
I mean, you know, my girlfriend's aunt's vacuum, you know, vacuums itself without any guidance. So that's weird in technology. Yeah,
It's fucked up.
yeah, Roomba, weird. It's quite the. It's one of those inventions where you're like, wow, I'm in the future. Yeah,
Yeah, no kidding. I feel like I'm in the Jetsons.
yeah, exactly. Not the fucking vacuums of our time where you have to carry the cord around and like.
Oh, those, yeah.
Now it's all Central Vac. Like I'm on Central Vac. That's
Yeah, same here.
I love it.
It's not, no, I don't like it.
No,
No.
not a fan.
Yeah, you gotta carry that tube around everywhere.
Yeah, but I'd rather that than the broom, and then have to bend over and pick up the dust.
No, or the whole change the bag thing was bitch too.
Oh my god, change the bag. So as much for the my grass. Do you have still a bag on your grass? For your lawnmower?
No.
It just mulches and puts it
Yeah.
back
I roll. That's how I roll.
The bags. I hated the bags. Oh my god.
Why would you do that?
And the cord. I hated the cord too.
No, you don't buy back. No, you don't buy more with the cord. You just don't do that.
No, it's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Everything was attached when we were young.
Mhm.
Everything.
You could move with it,
Yeah, right.
but eventually there was actually an end point.
No, exactly. So phone was attached, cords were attached, everything was attached. There was no movement, no. Like,
No, yeah, the car technology.
oh my god! My dad in 1992 bought a car that would buckle
Mustang.
itself.
Oh, the probe.
Was it the Probe?
It was a probe.
I thought it was the Mustang.
No, it was a probe. I remember it was
Yeah.
a blue probe, and my mom actually bought a Ford after that had the same technology.
yeah. So you know I haven't seen that since. The buckle thing never like caught
No,
on.
I think it became
It was probably too
illegal.
dangerous. it looks cool, but if you fly out of the car, then
Yeah, it looks cool. but-
car phones. My dad had this
Oh,
giant
yeah, the
fucking
whole-
brick of a phone.
Yeah.
Like he talked to in the
That was
car.
super expensive to use too.
Oh god, my last car, not my last, 2 cars ago. Fucking god, it was such a you had to like it was manual windows, which I just remember manual windows.
Yeah.
Like you're at the drive-throughs. There wasn't really much drive-throughs in the kid either. Yeah.
Yeah, oh god.
No,
No,
yeah.
just radios.
Yeah, not a lot of
If you-
drive-throughs either.
If you back in the day, if you could get a car with a CD player in it,
Yeah, that's enough.
wow.
I had a tape deck.
Yeah,
Even that was like
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
yeah.
how it was.
No such thing as drive-throughs.
No,
You had to-
McDonald's.
McDonald's had drive-through for a good. They were first, but
Yeah.
nowhere else.
No,
You had to actually get the fuck out of the car.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know what? Gas wasn't self-serve. Most of them had attendants.
It's so true.
Now you don't really see attendants anymore. At least most gas stations.
Oh no, people stopped going because we had to tip them.
That's right. We got cheap. But
Gas prices went up. You had to tip the guy on top of it.
Yeah.
No, forget it. I'll just do it myself.
Oh.
Yeah, no, those were the days. Those were the days. Gas was cheap too. Cars were bigger. Cars
Cars were really like. Oh my god, cars were like way bigger.
Yeah, you couldn't dent those things. Now you breathe on them too hard. And
Yeah.
You might crack a bumper.
Yeah, no kidding. No, it's everything since our childhood has changed pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I for fuck my couches are electric. Like,
That's insane.
what kind of
This
life?
guy's got electric couches.
What kind of life do I live where now even my couch is fucking electric because I'm too lazy to
That's
press the fucking button?
That's fucking lazy.
Yeah, it's but that's the way it is. Yeah. No, and like TVs, we had one 20-inch TV in our house.
Oh yeah.
And 20-inch. That
Yeah.
was like, wow.
Oh yeah. I still remember when my parents bought a cube TV, a box TV. I think it was 38 or 40 inch or something. It was huge.
Yeah, my dad's first big screen TV was like a giant fucking. Oh, so heavy too. It was like
No, but I'm talking about a 38 or 42 inch. It's not that big by today's
Yeah, right,
standards.
that's true, yeah.
But I mean, when the first time they brought a TV that size
Yeah.
in the house, it was like, holy crap! And TV was like this big too because it was a box,
Oh,
right?
Right. And I remember the first TV we had, like the one I can remember, a lot of them were inside units. So they had like the speakers on the side, like these giant friggin' speakers.
Yeah.
And they're all like inside the unit, and that was like,
Yeah.
and it had 3 buttons. You had on off, you had the on off, which is 1 button because it's like on off.
Yeah.
You had volume, and then you had channel.
And the remote controls were pretty pathetic too.
Oh my god, yeah. Compared to now,
Yeah.
like shit.
Click, 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 click.
Yeah, exactly. And you're all confused, like, oh god. Or you have to fix the antenna. Like, kids don't know what antennas are.
Oh no,
Remember that?
we had antennas on everything. We had antennas on a car. We still do. We had antennas on our portable phones in the house. Phones ring in, flick.
Oh no,
Hi.
no, you forgot. Click. You have to take out the bottom
Yeah.
speaker part too.
Yeah, we had antennas on everything. Everything. Nobody knows what antenna is now.
No.
They think it's a...
Well, it's on the car, but it doesn't move, right? They're
No.
usually like these really like rigid.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like the one you have to pull out or.
Electric cars. Flick. You know.
No, exactly. It's
Right now, Bluetooth wasn't a technology. It was wireless technology, but it was all waves, right? That connected through the antennas. There was no Bluetooth. It's very different.
no. There's no Bluetooth.
And so if you would step a foot away from the sound wave zone, then you can use whatever you were using. Like the house phone, the wireless ones, the very first one with the antenna that you had to flip on top and flip on the bottom. I mean, you would talk. You could go from your kitchen to your living room. If you would go on your front porch, forget about it. That thing wouldn't work anymore.
Yeah, now you could practically go down the street.
Yeah.
It's your house phone, you know. It's and now like all my house phones, like I have 4 house phones, all connected to one. You know, it's like,
Yeah. No,
back then it was like one, you know, and you had to run to it.
yeah.
But people were a lot more patient back then.
Oh yeah.
It'd ring 6 times, and you'd be like, okay, well maybe he's just far from it. Now it's like once. You're like, where the fuck is he?
Yeah. The answering machines were an actual machine.
Oh yeah, with a tape in it. Yeah, with a nice little mini tape in it that we record 3 messages.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
had to erase the tape.
Oh man, those were the days, Steve.
Yeah, we're what can I say? We're old guys. So
Yeah, we're old guys, but we're still. I mean, we're still going. We're still hip, right?
yeah, of course we are. We're hip. We like the music there and the
Yeah, the
yeah
music movements.
I like to think that I mean I have the newest consoles. You know, I got that. I watch the newest movies. I don't listen to music though. I don't like the music.
I don't listen to much music either.
I couldn't even fucking tell you what the clothes trends are right now. I don't even know.
Beyonce?
Is that no? Even Beyonce, man. That's Beyonce. What 2008? I don't even know.
Jay-Z?
There's that. Yeah, no, definitely not Jay-Z. There's like someone like Bieber, and there's Justin Bieber. There's Ariana Grande.
Who?
And Miley Cyrus, who is
Okay, yeah. If you have a name like whatever he just said, La Grande, and you're popular.
Oh, she's really popular apparently. So
What's her name?
Ariana Grande.
Ariana.
I only know
Grande.
that because her brother was on Big Brother. I know idea who she
There
was
you go,
before that.
folks.
Yeah, that's there it is. Like, the only reason she's apparently one of the biggest pop stars in the world, and the only reason I know she exists is because her brother was on a show I watched.
That's insane.
No reality shows when we were kids either.
No. The biggest reality show we had was, what was that guy with the fro that kept doing paintings?
Oh yeah, Bob Ross.
That was reality for us.
Just gonna put a little bush here.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Yeah. We're gonna go down the stream.
That's beautiful.
Just down the stream. If you don't know who Bob Ross is, you got to like YouTube that shit. YouTube. Oh man,
Yeah.
I wish I had YouTube as a kid.
No, I'm glad I didn't.
No,
I'm glad I didn't. I would have missed out on Bob Ross.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I think that's good enough for a show.
Absolutely.
It was fun. Tell us if you're like our age or older, what's the kind of stuff that you find changed a lot over the years, or what do you remember about the 80s and 90s that's totally different, or just tell us anything. We'd love to discuss with you everything about those times and the differences, and just take a trip back to memory lane as we look back at the stuff that we did as kids and that you did as kids. So remember to follow us on Twitter, on Twitch, on Facebook, /Flipping the Nerd. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Stephen Wood. You can follow him on Twitter at
JM the Flip.
So we'll see you next week. Hopefully it'll be another live show. I don't know why this episode had to be recorded and why it's this week.
It's his idea.
One of us fucked up, so one of us couldn't do it. And yeah. And but thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next week. And until then, we will see you
on the flip side.
Goodbye.